this month, next month.
Yeah.
And we just sort of want to get out there. The real reasons behind the protest, it's not all about Magpies.
Yeah.
So that is a big concern.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of it's just to do with the competition that's run out there, the senior competition as well.
Yeah.
We're looking at situations where we've got clubs that can't play and train on their home grounds because they've decided to go to the Group 6 competition. And it just seems to me that what's happened is it's all about the backroom deals, and the people who end up suffering are the kids. The guys that are, running around on the park playing footy.
Explain backroom deals.
We've got so many issues out our way with behind-the-scenes management between the league, the junior league out there, the West Campbelltown Leagues Club, the issues just revolving around that, and then tying the Magpies boards as well, and then West Tigers on top of that. There's so much hierarchy and inefficiency in how they operate amongst themselves that you just find that they're just constantly clashing heads. And we're just not getting ahead out there, and meanwhile rugby league just suffers.
So what the plan, strike or whatever it turns into, or protest,
yep.
What do you hope to achieve, and what do you think is possible?
Well, one of the sort of outcomes we hope we can get from this is if we can start to, we really had a breakdown of all these administrative layers that seem to be holding back rugby league out in the area. That'd be the first thing. We've got to try and get this junior, the local junior competition and the senior competitions out there back in shape. We've got volunteers getting suspended left, right, and centre, and it's just so messy. We've got to sort that out and just really focus on what all of us, what we're all aiming for, and that's the best rugby league competitions out there we can.
Yeah, well, that's good. But Graham, I think what you need to do, there's been rumours of what's going on. There's been the suggested stories in the Telegraph the past couple of days.
Yep.
But I'm not getting a clear picture of what people really believe are the things that have gone wrong or the things that haven't been done.
Yeah, well I'm from the Magpies side of view on this topic. I've been a volunteer there for the last 7 years, so I've really had my fingers on the pulse of the club. And the breakdown of the joint venture is probably the biggest factor from our side of view, or my side of view, of what's been going on out there. And it just really feels like we're just not getting a fair go. Like we've got a constitution that's here in front of us, written in black and white, that tells us that we're meant to be 50-50 partners. It just doesn't feel like it. It feels like everything's turning back to being an inner city club with the West Tigers. We've got.
Well, in any merger, there will be, over a period of time, a major owner as opposed to a minor owner. And I know you talk 50-50, but
Yep.
Is it a case that maybe your officials on the Western Suburbs side have, how should I say, not done exactly what they should have done? Have they allowed things to be out of control?
That's definitely a given. We've had a lot of infighting amongst ourselves. We've made the mistake, I think, when we made the joint venture, that we had 3 shareholders on the West Tigers side, and 2 of them being leagues clubs and 1 being a football club. And obviously leagues clubs have different priorities than what a football club do. So leagues clubs look at bottom dollars, the bottom line, and whereas football clubs try to play footy. And it just feels like the way it was in the past, it seems a lot better. And
okay, well, if I organised a debate, let's say between the Tigers and the Magpies,
yes,
who would front the debate for the Magpies?
If we just had one member coming through.
Yeah.
So this would be the hard one, because we got the 2 leagues clubs both with an interest, and then the football club itself. Now,
so the reason I say that is because when there's a story like this, to convince people through the media about what's going on, you need somebody who's going to present the absolute facts in such a presentation that supports totally your story. Now, if that's not done, I have to say to you quite openly that story will go away.
No, well, that's true. And that's the issue. See, where this all began, from our point of view, we've been told by West Tigers official, which I won't name, they said that, you guys are a fringe element, you won't achieve anything with this rally, so you shouldn't even try. Now, we're just not going to roll over and let our club die, because we actually believe in what we do out there. And the basics of of how it is. West Tigers don't give us money, so I don't know how they're going to save money from... they've been saying that $1 million savings and all that. Well, that's not true. They're still going to have to field a West Tigers team, so they're still going to have to sign...
So why do you think there is no guarantee now from West Ashfield?
Well, it's just the whole thing with West Ashfield has sort of become very complicated. I think one of the biggest problems could have been from past perceptions of the Magpie boards have been that they've been a little bit anti-joint venture, but the current people we've got on the board at the moment are 100% supportive of the joint venture. They don't want to break this down, but I think that it's almost become...
What happens if
sins of the past.
If it breaks somewhere?
Yep.
What happens?
Well, this is from reading the Constitution from my memory, it pretty much states that we need a unanimous vote for anything to change. So for West Tigers to field a New South Wales Cup side, it needs to be a unanimous vote from all shareholders. Now,
okay. Well, Graham, can I ask you to do something? I mean, because time's going to beat us here.
Yep.
The facts. We need all the facts so that we can have a meaningful discussion with all parties.
Okay.
So I'll put you back to the switch.
So what sort of facts are we actually talking about?
Well, everything you're talking about, constitutions, decisions made by officials, where you think it's gone wrong, all of those things. Now,
yep.
I'll put you back to our producer,
okay.
And I'll get your details, and we'll have
yep.
a chat off air, okay?
No worries. Thank you.
All right, Graham. Thank you, mate.
Is it not a fact, though, that the West Tigers Joint Venture Club is chaired alternately by someone from Balmain Tigers this year?
And it
chairman,
was, yes.
And then the following year,
I think that
someone
was
from Western Suburbs Magpies, isn't that?
I think that was or is the case, yes.
Well, that would be constitutional. So unless that's changed...
Yeah, but I don't want to get into that until we see the Constitution. So if we're going to argue a point or debate a point with somebody, we need to know what the Constitution does say.
I'm not certain yet what even's under threat.
That's exactly my position as well. Hello, Grant.
Hi, Grant.
Hi, Graham. How you going?
Good, mate.
Hey, boys. How you going?
Good.
Hey, Grant.
Mate, just a quick quip on Michael Clark.
Yeah.